the beauty and the opportunity to see a technology that was being worked on in a lab by a creative, brilliant scientist, and see that there was a real world application to what was being developed that could fundamentally change the lives of thousands or maybe even millions of people is so much more energizing than anything that I've ever been involved in my life. You know, the opportunity to change somebody's life for the better, to have an impact on whether their hearts and their soul and their family is going to be sad and broken, to their heads are lifted up and they have hope and they have an opportunity to live. That's so much more better than anything that I could ever apply in my life. So I threw myself into biotech.
So I'm actually happy to have this, and I'll go through this quickly. I know we have only so much time on this show. So this technology was licensed out to AstraZeneca. They went to a phase 3 trial with it for stroke. It was deemed like a placebo, so they didn't know why it worked or not. OMRF got the rights back to the technology.
Because they shelved it.
Because they shelved it. And so when I was at OMRF, they gave me just a list of items to do. And they're like, if we were able to get the drug product back. And so for those listening on the air, making a drug costs so much money. Millions of dollars. And so I was able to get the drug product back that was AstraZeneca used for the stroke trial.
Wow, that's priceless,
It's priceless. And when I say there's things I wouldn't do again, at that point in my career, I worked with a consultant and we were doing everything. We didn't have a lot of money. So we were doing everything. He would give me instructions. He knew the story of the drug. And it's like, hey, call AstraZeneca, see if you can get this drug back. They shipped it back. It was in these the material, everything it took for the shipping material for this is more money than we had because we had zero money.
Gosh.
I bought a refrigerator from Home Depot, and I put that refrigerator in a storage place at OMRF. And you go through and you make a SOP. You do all the work. I had never filed an IND in my whole entire life. What an IND is you basically apply for the FDA so you can treat patients with your drug, right? I had a consultant and we went through every single thing. It was 4 giant boxes. In the end of the day, when we assembled this, it was 4 boxes, basically 4 times 4 of this, 27 3-ring binder things that was sent to the FDA.
Because you got all of the data from AstraZeneca.
Because we got all the data from AstraZeneca.
You had all the preclinical toxicology.
Everything.
Everything.
And so when we got the drug back, we did have to make sure it was still good.
Right.
And then long and behold, all over. I walked over to the University Stevenson Cancer Center. OU Health Stevenson Cancer Center was just open. And I essentially was just like, who would like to help me with the clinical trial? That's not how things work. I tell people, if you've seen the movie Hitch with Will Smith, and he's like a date doctor and people don't know who he is. And there's he has this card he hands out to people and then people get set up and they get married. So I joked I was like the Hitch of biotech. So you basically are handed you even told me you were kind of off the radar and then all of a sudden, boom, right?
Yeah.
Well, it was going through that Hitch lifestyle, I guess you would say, right? I actually met Nature Technology, the team, when I was working for the glioblastoma drug with OMRF.